Good afternoon, all. I feel honored to welcome our respected HOD, Dr. Roslina Thomas, librarian Ms. Chitra S., our resource person Sri Arun Kishore, teachers, and my dear friends. Today we are here for the third day celebration of Science Week Epistemic Imera 2022 conducted by PG Department of Physics. Let's begin with a silent prayer. Thank you. National Science Day is celebrated in India on 28 February each year to mark the discovery of the Raman effect by Indian physicist Sir C.V. Raman. For his discovery, Sir C.V. Raman was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. The theme for National Science Day 2022 is Integrated Approach in Science and Technology for a Suitable Future. With that, let's begin today's program. I invite Ms. Chitra to introduce our resource person for today's program.
Thank you, Najia. Am I audible?
Yes.
Uh, this program is jointly coordinated by Department of Physics,
Yes,
Association of
yes,
Physics
Chitra, please.
Teachers, Research Committee, and Library. And today we are dealing with the second topic, that is writing project proposal or dissertation proposal. I would like to welcome the resource person of the day, Mr. Arun Kishore. He's a librarian of SD College, Alapura. Altogether, he has got 19 years of professional experience in library management, course management systems, e-learning, and web development. Before joining SD College, he was a chief librarian of DCS MAT Business School in Vagaman, Kerala. He is also interested in educational open source softwares like Koha, ePrint, DSpace, Moodle, Zotero reference management system, and content management system. He was the webmaster of DCS MAT from 2008 to 2014, and he is also in charge of the website of SD College. He was a consultant to many educational institutions related to e-learning, which includes Orange Group of Institutions in Nagpur, TKM Institute of Management, Erukon, DCS MAT, Trivandrum, Staff Training College of Federal Bank, NSS College, Pandalam, Government Women's College, Trivandrum, Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Alapura, DC Books, Kottayam, etc. He did the content categorization and localization of international database for the Wink e-reader ecosystem for DC Books during 2012. He has coordinated 4 national management development programs for librarians and has presented many papers and conferences. He is also a resource person of the UGC Academic Staff College of Kerala University. He is a part of a project for digitization of PhD thesis abstracts of the Kerala University. He is a rank holder of the Kerala University Department of Library and Information Science and has qualified UGC NET in Library and Information Science. With this introduction, I would like to welcome Mr. Arun Kishore, and students, please listen to his talk, because this will be helpful for you to prepare the project. Those who are in the third DC and second PG students mainly, it will be helpful for your dissertation preparation. With all due respect, I would like to welcome Arun to the session.
Thank you, Chitra. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, can we start right now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, first of all, I would like to thank the Department of Physics, St. Joseph College, Alapura, and Chitra ma'am for giving me an opportunity to present this topic before the PG students mainly. Just a minute, I will start the presentation. Is it visible now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, just a minute. Okay, today's topic is introduction to technical report writing. Actually, technical writing is entirely, it's a big, actually, area where a lot of industry people and all other technical literature, technical communication is happening through the technical writing, mainly in the industry. But we are considering the academics writing, no, the elements of technical writing come into play while we write essay reports like dissertation and thesis. So in academics, actually, we are confronting two types of writing as students, like actually essays and writing in examinations. And in essays, we are presenting our views on a particular subject. Actually, your views are important. And while writing the essay, anyway, we are having some introduction, body of essay, and conclusion, but it's invisible in the sense that we are not labeling introduction as introduction, and the content of the essay as different chapters and all. But here in report writing, like dissertation or thesis, no, we will be labeling introduction.
Sir, you're not audible.
Hello,
Yes,
am I
yes,
audible
yes,
now?
yes.
Okay. Okay. So today's topic is introduction to technical report writing. So technical writing is actually the technical communication happening mainly in the industry, but in academics, no, we are borrowing some sort of technical elements or technical communication elements into our writings of thesis and dissertations. And as students, we know we are confronting two types of writings, mainly the exams, essays, etc., and also the report writing like thesis or dissertations. In essays, no, we are presenting our views on a particular subject or a topic. And while writing essays or answers, mainly we are having introduction, body of essay, conclusion, etc. But it is invisible in the sense that we are not labeling introduction as introduction in the essay type of communication. But here in report writing, no, we are labeling all the sessions, and it is more formal, okay, more formal type of a communication where introduction, we label it as introduction, and literature review, analysis, conclusion, etc. So some sort of formality is coming into play in these sort of communications. Then proper citations and references that I think Chitra ma'am will be taking a different session for reference management software, citations, references, etc. So that should be taken into consideration. And also plagiarism. I think already Jasim sir has done a session on plagiarism, and so all these things should come into play for in writing the reports. And before that, no, there is a small terminology problem: dissertation and thesis. Okay, so what is the difference between these two terms, dissertation and thesis? In UK, we know that India is following almost all the customs and traditions of the British people, and we are following the UK tradition on this. It is in UK and India, a dissertation is an extended piece of writing based on the extended reading and some independent research at undergraduate and master's level. So a PG dissertation or an MPhil dissertation, 1 year MPhil dissertation is also a dissertation here in UK and in India. But in thesis, the thesis we refer to the PhD. The word thesis is referred to the body of work produced at the end of the PhD. But these Americans know it is completely the opposite. They will say that the PhD dissertation and PG thesis. So that is a custom. So a lot of countries are changing these terms frequently. But here in India, we are following dissertation, the word dissertation for PG and MPhil, and thesis for the PhD. So now this session we are concentrating on the preparation of a dissertation. Okay. So before starting your dissertation work, uh, you should be well organized in the sense that both personal and professional, you should have some time management skills and task management, Now the technology is that much developed. No, everybody is having smartphones and a lot of apps are available. You can download some good apps on time management and tasks. Remember the Milk that I am using. It's a very good app, both web based and cloud based, yeah, and also it has got a this mobile app. Remember the Milk, it is free, and you can download it, and you can set your task, and you can manage your time, and you can subtask the things, etc. Because in these days, your PG guide, the respected faculty, we having a lot of students under his guidance, and it will be very difficult to separate, giving separate times for students. And if you miss the time, no, that will be difficult for you to continue the pace of things happening in your department. So time management is very important for the completion, the successful completion of a good research. So that's a sort of app that you should start even from PG onwards, because after that you will get a job, and maybe in the industry and all. No, the time management is very important. So an app like Remember the Milk you can start, and then a good study app. RoughMe is a very good app. This, of course, library has a lot of databases. You can go to the library and have a lot of information. But at the same time, no, these parallel things are happening even in the app world. No, this RoughMe will give you a lot of free materials, open access materials through your apps. You can, while considering the selection of a topic, you can just go to that app and then find the latest information from different sources. And of course, that is limited, but at the same time, no, you can use that app at any time while on the go, in your journeys, in your at your home, wherever you are. No, you can just open the app and follow your research. So that is the ease of that particular study apps. Okay, so download one study app from, use some two or three, you just experiment 2 or 3 study apps, and then find out which one is suitable for you. Okay, so RoughMe you can start with. Then before starting the research, you should understand about the sources of information available both offline and online in your library. Okay, of course, library will have a good number of books. Maybe you have department libraries, you have a college library. Sometimes, if you are taking a very minute area for your research, you may go to the university library sometimes. So before starting the research, or on the course of the research, you should be aware of the sources available both offline and online. Of course, nowadays, libraries are subscribing online databases, and the colleges, every college is having Enlist facility. I think everybody will be having user ID and password from the library for accessing Enlist. So a lot of journals. I think a separate session will. I think Chitra ma'am will be giving you a separate session for the different sources of information available in Enlist. It will be helpful for you in throughout the research, especially the PG students. A lot of full text databases are available through Enlist. Full Indian journals, sort of 300 plus Indian journals are available. Then American Chemical Society, a lot of journals are available, Proverbs, etc. And a good number of ebooks. eBrary is also available now through Enlist. Around 2 lakhs books, 1,85,000 books are available through eBrary. You can download it from that particular source. And eBrary full text reading is available. And if you install Adobe Digital, into your, if you have PC, if you install Adobe Digital for 21 days without internet, you can read the ebooks. And after 21 days, you just refresh that. One day, after 1 day, there's only second day, you can again download that particular book and continue your reading offline. So beware of the the upcoming technological advancement in information, because every day information sources are coming, and you should be go to the library and ask the librarian, or read online resources. For a lot of open access softwares, sources are available now. Without any payment, no, you can download materials, full text materials at your home. So all these sources you should know. Aware of library resources, the books. Then before going into the project, no, field research teams, because regarding the research, no, all types of research are dependent on the discipline you are having. So the literature people don't have to go field research and all. At the same time, the science people may be interested in their lab settings and experiments. But social science students, they have to go to the field mainly. They have to do surveys. They have to go to distant places, etc. If you have some teams, you develop some teams, that will be good before the start of the research. You have, you can help each other, and you will have a companion or a group of people will be going to the field research. So these type of preliminary works you can have before the start of the dissertation. So then topic selection, the most important aspect of research is topic selection. Say good literature search in the subject area which you like most, because you should like the process. That is the that is the main thing. Okay, you should like that topic, and from your heart, no, you should love the subject. So that will help you in completing the project, and it will give you the internal strength, that you are confronting while doing the research. So the topic you select should be your of interest to you, and you should have at least 1 month reading for PG. So that is a standard. For PhD, at least 6 months reading on that particular area is advised. Many of the guides are saying like that. 6 months reading, at least 6 months reading for PhD, and for the PG, you should read at least for 1 month, not 24-hour reading. Maybe 2 hours, at least 1 hour a day for the 30 days before the start of the PG project. So by that time, you will be having some idea about that topic, and you can discuss with the guide. And read all types of sources available related to that interest. You can read the books, you can read the online newspapers, you can read the sources, the enlist, etc. So read everything related to that subject available to you, and make use of the library. Go to the library, consult the catalog, and consult the librarian, and go to the rack. You find out all the books available in the library related to your topic, and then browse through the indexes or content pages and find out the exact area where you are interested. And if it is not sufficient, you can then consult other libraries or go to university libraries. So nowadays, there are a lot of online facilities available. You can, if you have money, you can share money, and you can buy books online. You can go to Amazon, Flipkart, etc., and get the books. And also, Amazon is now coming with another facility called Amazon Unlimited, Kindle Unlimited. It is a very good facility. Kindle Unlimited gives you 1 million books, 10 lakhs books for just 169 rupees per month. It is a big resource. Out of this 1 million books, you can download 10 books at a time to your reader. Okay, you need not buy a Kindle reader, but just install a Kindle app in your PC or in your mobile phone, and you create an Amazon ID. Just pay 160 rupees or 170 rupees per month, at least for the the duration of 6 months for your project. You subscribe to Kindle Unlimited. Definitely, it will be useful for you. And out of this 1 million book, at least 20 or 30 books will be related to your subject. You can read all the content, and you can there is no time limit for downloading. You can download the books. After reading only, you can return. But the condition is 10 books at a time. Okay, so the 11th book, you need to return 1 book and borrow the 11th book. So that is the condition, just like a library. So if possible, share money and take 1 Amazon Kindle Unlimited account, and plus the library, you will definitely get good number of books. And then periodicals, academic journals, magazines, newspapers, working papers of research institutions. That is another important thing now for social sciences. Just like the CDS, Center for Development Studies in Trivandrum, they're having working papers on social sciences. Just like that, the CSIR institutions and foreign institutions, all research institutions related to your subject is having working papers, and the full text of working papers will be available in their website. So the current ongoing topics of research, you can get it from the websites of research institutions, CSIR institution for the science people, and economics, you can ICER, CDS, JNU, everyone will be having working paper databases, and you can consult that for the current interest of the academics or researchers. They are conducting the topics of contemporary interest. You can get it from their database. Then read the old dissertations in your department. That is also important. If you consult your senior's dissertation, that is very useful, because at the end of the concluding remarks, you will get ideas for further research on a particular topic. So consult all the department dissertations, and you will definitely get a lot of ideas into topic selection. And another, this is the standard thing, indexing and abstracting services and online databases. So these are the standard services for consulting, for consultation for topic selection. One is Web of Science, the classical Web of Science, then Scopus, Google Scholar. Web of Science and Scopus are the best thing, but it is, many of the colleges are not having direct access to it. But Scopus is having access, but not into abstract area, but title, author, etc. You will get it from Scopus, and some idea you can have it from Scopus. And Google Scholar, absolutely free. You can consult Google Scholar for getting books, conference proceedings, and electronic journals related to your subjects. Then Emerging Sources Citation Index, the latest information citation index of the Clarivate Analytics, that is the owner of Web of Science. Again, if it is available, it is very good. It is available in the university library. If you go to the university library, you can consult that. Then subject-specific abstracting services, Chemicals Abstract, PubMed, Medline, Archive. Archive.org is free. You can directly access archive.org for physics, mathematics, computer science, even economics are having good number of preprints available with Archive. So Web of Science provides subject-specific services for abstracting services for biology, for zoology, then agriculture. All these are available under Web of Science. Then for statistics, you can consult at IndiaStat. Then Provus and Capitaline is good for management and economics students for getting industry data from India. Then a lot of online, the open access sources, that is free resources available. DOAJ, Sherpa Romeo, Road of UNESCO. These are our free databases. You can consult these online resources and find the latest research and available. Free research. You can easily download these these journals from these directories, and you can consult that for your selection of topic. And after that, you can select 5 to 6 topics, and you can consult and finalize the topic with the dissertation with your guide, and you consult with the guide, and it is very important. You should take the guide as a guru for the entire process, and from his permission only you can start the work, and always discuss with the guide and your selected topics. And after the finalization of the topic, you will start preparing the dissertation. For the survey and experiment, etc., you will start the research first, and then finalize. After the final stage, you start writing the dissertation. And of course, dissertation has a lot of parts, and I already told that is the technical components coming into play. We have to label each chapters and sections with its names. The front cover is same as that of the title page. Title page is the first page of the dissertation, and the title page I will explain in detail, so one by one. And title page, after title page you can have an abstract. These the red things are important things. Abstract, then list of contents, content pages, then list of tables, illustrations, etc. Then definitions. If you have any definitions, you can have it in the front side itself. Then acknowledgements, who are help you in creating this dissertation and helped in research process and surveys, etc. So acknowledgement you can give. Then the introduction. Okay, you are presenting the problem, introduction. Then the subsequent chapters. Okay, literature search, analysis, etc. will go, and different chapters. These are all depend upon the methodology you are following. If it's a case study, the thing is different. It is a survey based. These are all depend on the methodology you are applying to your research, and that you should discuss with your guide and find out the best methodology, design, etc. for your research. And finally, your presentation of the conclusion at the last chapter. Then appendices, if any, if you have any, the questionnaire thing, no, the format of the questionnaire, the original data, everything can be put as appendix there at the end. Then glossary. Glossary is again the expansion of technical terms. It is an alphabetical listing of the technical terms used in your dissertation. That can be done. Then bibliography. Of course, Chitra ma'am will be doing a separate class for that, using a Zotero or Mendeley like reference management software. Now everything is automated. You can have a good bibliography as per the prescribed format of citation style. Every subject is having different, this one, no, social sciences are having American Psychological Association, APA style. Likewise, for chemistry, American Chemical Association's style. So that, likewise, different styles will be following for different departments, and these softwares will help you to create bibliography according to the style. Then, if you have time, you can create an index of your dissertation at the end. So these are the main elements of or parts of a dissertation, and we can go to the details of each one. The title page, the full title of the dissertation should be there, and it is a simple one page, and the title of the dissertation should be maybe in a bold letter, and award degree statement, and about the partial fulfillment of the degree of MA or MCom, like that sentence you should follow. Then the university, which university you are, the university concerned. Then the name of the researcher, your full name. Then the name of guide and supervisor, year of submission, university logo or institution logo or seal. That is the customs that what you are following in your college. Then the name of institution. This is the title page of a dissertation. Then comes abstract. So abstract is acting as a blurb of a book. Actually, this is I think normally abstracts will have 300 to 350 words, and a short piece of writing words that outline what the dissertation is about and what the research questions are, methodology applied, overview of analysis in 2-3 sentences, and what was found and conclusion. So this a small briefing of what was done, and this is good for while uploading to online databases and all. Abstract is very good, and a reader can easily understand the importance of the topic and the findings of the topics from the abstract. So abstract can be done with 300 to 350 words. And then sample of abstract. If you need to write good abstracts, you have to consult the style of abstract writing. Then of course you can consult with Enlist, your Enlist account. You can access a lot of articles, and all the standard articles are having abstracts in the front of the article. I can Gestor, you can go to Gestor in Enlist and find out the subject area. You can find out subject area and select few journals and read the articles and how the article was made, like, and the key terms they took from the full text, etc. So you can consult the Enlist and find out how the an abstract is created. Okay. Then another free resource is Shodhganga. This is a UGC's PhD thesis database. There also you can download full text of PhDs, and from that also you can have the style of abstracting. Okay. Then comes the table of contents. The second page is table of contents. The complete your dissertation will have page numbers, and each chapter will be having a separate page number, and the subheadings of each chapter again can be accommodated under the table of contents. And this is an example of a table of content. Okay, and this is actually the catalog of the report, and from this you can directly go to the concerned pages, to the analysis page or the conclusion page. No, from here you can easily go. So that is the use of table of contents. And the list of tables and figures, you will be definitely having a lot of tables, figures, graphs, etc. So the list of tables, graphs, and also the corresponding page number can be displayed. So tables at the beginning will help the readers and to grasp the vital data of the research very quickly. So that is the important. You might have taken a lot of data, or you have collected data from field research. So you can consult these tables and figures, and the reader can quickly find out those data you have collected. Okay, and each and every table and figure must be numbered. And this is an example of that page. Line graph showing sales, then pie chart for customer demographics, growth rate of franchisees. Likewise, tables and figures will be there, and its corresponding numbers, page numbers. Now comes the actual writing and the content or the text of your project. The first one is introduction, then literature review, objectives and hypothesis, then research methodology, data analysis, and conclusions. So these are the text area. So introduction to dissertation will at least, this is a standard, 10% of your word count. For example, in a 6,000 word essay, an introduction will be roughly 600 words, or this could be translated into 3 or 4 paragraphs. And if you translate that into pages, no, if your dissertation is having 60 pages, at least 6 pages should be devoted to the introduction. So, and conclusion also the same thing. So this is standard prescribed by many of the authors. And the origin and the development of the research concept shall be summarized. So how you have arrived at question, research question, no, you can explain the background of your collection and the idea behind the research question. So that you have to put forward here in introduction. A plan of research in the form of a flowchart shall be given at the end. So the plan of research, the coming chapters, no, the idea of coming chapters can be included at the end of the introduction, and this would lead to the literature review in the next chapter. Now comes literature review. Literature review is very important in the sense that without literature review, no, you cannot do the research, because all the past research happened in that particular area should be studied, because otherwise you will reinvent the research. That means you will be again doing the same thing of somebody has already done that research. To avoid reinventing the past contributions, you need to do a thorough literature search in all sources available. So this is an important part of research. It explains the research gap. Then from the literature review, you have to explain the research gap and the logic behind your topic. Okay. The critical comparison of the past literature will narrow down the topic and provide a base for selecting this topic. So the rationale behind the selection of the topics will be explained by a good literature review. Okay. So for literature review, again, you have to consult the resources, the online resources, library, etc. And also you can, Chitra ma'am will be teaching you the Mendeley software, is the reference manager. So Mendeley reference manager has a lot of groups available. So groups means you can search the interested persons outside. That means the same person, a lot of persons will be doing the same topic in different universities. So you can find out them and you can have a discussion with them. You can create group between those interested people, no? And also research gate. one other socialist W2 2.0 website, ResearchGate. You can take a membership on ResearchGate and find out other interesting persons into your research. So you can have the discussions, etc., in that forum, and you can harness the literature, the ideas, your research questions, etc., through these processes. So that is about literature review. Then objectives and hypothesis. Actually, all these things should be studied under research methodology class, and research methodology will be okay, of course, scientific method is general to all, but depending on the special cases of different disciplines, no? Research methodology will vary discipline to discipline. So it's better to talk with your guide, and your guide will be definitely help you in find out the best way to the best research method fitting for your problem. And these are the general things like objectives of the present study. There will be objectives, and there will be 2 or 3 or 4 objectives and for your research to find out something, or to find out the value of something, or the effect of something, like for the language recitations, no? The what for English people, so that is different, entirely different to the science subject. So objectives will be different for a subject. So the research methodology, you have to consult with your guide, and then you finalize the design, etc. So related hypothesis shall be put forward. Hypothesis, this is the general things I am explaining here. Hypothesis is an assumption about the population where the truth of assumption is not sure. So you are selecting a population, and you are putting a hypothesis, and you are testing that hypothesis with the data. So that is the analysis part, and it will be tested in the analysis part. So that is a research in 2 or 3 sentences. If you explain research in 2 or 3 sentences, no? You have a question, and you are collecting a population of data, and you are putting forward a hypothesis, and you are testing a hypothesis, and after that you will find out the truth, and that will the analysis will be given at the analysis chapter. So that is how it goes. And research methodology, the second important thing. And this section finalizes the activities of the research design, data collection procedure, which include selection of research approach, design of sampling plan, design of experiments, design of questionnaire, determination of sample size, design of sampling frame, execution of the survey. If there is a survey, you have to do it. So all this depends upon the nature of your topic, and also the objectives. So depending upon the objectives and the nature of your question, research problem, you have to find out the suitable research methodology for your work. Then data analysis. So after collecting the data, you have to do the statistical analysis with the help of your research methodology and design. And this chapter deals with the application of statistics as a tool for analysis of data and making decision. And data analysis can be classified into primary analysis and testing of hypothesis. This chapter shall be a major subsection on result and discussion. So results and discussion should also be there. And for science and social sciences, no, SPSS is a software package everybody is using. But now R is an open access software, open source software. If you know the programming of R, no, you can have a good research on the statistical research on the software R. And SPSS, Excel, everything you can make use of it, and you can do the entire. So all the steps involved in that particular analysis should be coming here. Okay, so and also results and discussions. Okay, the suitability of your suggestions and your contributions, etc., should come here in the data analysis chapter. Then the conclusion again. A 10% of the total count again. If your report has 60 pages, at least 6 pages shall be given for the conclusion. It summarizes the research finding, contribution of the study, and a scope for further research. So everything will be again shortened here. The entire work and the logic behind your problem and what you have done, and the survey, the findings, everything will be summarized again at the conclusion. Then bibliography. So about writing, no, you should avoid plagiarism. I think already one class has taken. So you should be, every source should be neatly and precisely cited, and give proper in-text citations and my references and citation styles. You should maybe APA, MLA, ACS, etc. That software will give you, I mean, one touch solution to your style problem. No, you can switch to APA or MLA without any difficulty with the use of good reference managing software. So Zotero is a free software, and Mendeley, I think Chitra Madam will be taking Mendeley for you. It's a very good software, and it has got groups. It can be used as a e-reader also, because this PDF reader, as a PDF reader, Mendeley is very good. You can highlight your no, you can create notes inside, you can highlight the text. So you can do a lot of things with the PDF of full text of articles in Mendeley. So you should have a good bibliography with the use of a good reference management software, and that should be placed at the end of the dissertation. Then appendices. It is placed at the end of the report. It may include the format of the questionnaire. You may be taking 300 to 400 samples, and the data will be analyzed at the analysis part, but the format of that questionnaire can be given at the appendix side. Okay, or original data, the full data you have collected can be put there. Some micro level charts and figures, if it is interested or it is important or it supports your analysis part, no, you can give the micro level charts and figures at the end as appendices. Then long tables, and for economics for people and all, sometimes you may be referring the budget report. The full budget report may be given at the appendix level. So organizational details. You may be going to maybe going to industry, and you may be visiting a company, and you are taking data from a company, or writing a case study about that company, and organizational details of the entire company, its balance sheet, etc., can be given at the end of the project as appendices. Then comes some common doubts, whether you are writing your thesis handwritten, in the sense that you are writing with your paper and pen, or you are typing that into a laptop or a PC. The best method is self-typing. Okay, handwritten may have a lot of difficulties, because if you go for handwritten, no, always about running letters. If you are if you are doing all this handwritten, and you are giving that to a person for typing and all, no, a lot of problems may come. So in that case, avoid running letters. So A, E, etc. will be changing, and again you have to do a lot of visits to that guy and correct it, and proofreading will be very difficult. So the best thing, if you have PC, or if you have access to PC at your school, no, or college, no, you start yourself. I mean, do your work in a word processing software, and do it. It's very easy process. So that will be good for you, because proofreading is a time consuming task, and maybe at the last minute you have to do proofreading, and you will not get any time, no, a lot of errors may come, and this will reduce the standard of the entire work. So maybe your research will be fine, maybe you have done a lot of work, literature work and all, but if there are small spelling mistakes and things like this, no, that will ruin the beauty of your work. So start self-typing. That is the best method. For science-related subjects, make use of LaTeX for displaying formulas and all. So if you are knowing LaTeX, that is good. If formulas and all, no, it will not come neatly in Word and all. So use LaTeX for doing those formulas and all. Then language. All rules of technical communication should follow. Avoid personal remark, adverbs, adjectives, etc. Okay, if you are doing a research on the traffic on the road, you cannot write in the beautiful evening I stand there like So you cannot write like that. So it should be professional language, and avoid our personal remark, adverb, adjectives, etc., and use proper grammar and use simple words. So use simple words, avoid pedantic words. That is another suggestion. Just like Shashi Tharoor's words, we can avoid. Use simple words and use technical words whenever needed. But technical words you should use whenever it is needed. Then typing instruction. So the British system says that quarto size white thick unruled paper. So white paper, unruled paper, quarto size. But it is very small difference is there. But a bond paper in A4 is sufficient. It is available in the market here. So a bond paper in A4 is sufficient. The printing should be done on the one side only. So the margin, you see, these are our standards: 1.5 inch left and 1 inch right. And for new chapters, 3-inch top margin. So that is the standard for margins. Then intention. The paragraph might general or intended. If it is intended, 10 space from the left. So that is the 10 spaces is the standard. Then spacing between lines. While typing the paragraph, the entire report might be 1.5 or double spacing. That the guide will tell you it should be double size or 1.5. And except intended paragraphs, tables, and footnotes, this double spacing or 1.5 spacing should be for the text in the Word document. So spacing within sentences, it is very important. So I think many of the students know these things. We should be very careful. Otherwise, if you are doing your own, it will be difficult later. So between words, the space is one space. On the right side, please see the right side. After semicolon, one space should be there. After colon, comma, full stop, one space should be there. Before the first parenthesis and bracket, if you are starting a bracket, there should be one space and the bracket. Okay, so this is very important. Between words, one space. After semicolon, colon, comma, full stop, one space should be there. So after full stop, one space and the next sentence. Then before the first parenthesis or bracket, one space. Then between the last word of the word in the sentence and each comma, semicolon, colon, exclamation mark, question mark, last parenthesis and last bracket, there should not be any space. Okay, zero space. And between the first quotation mark and the very next word, zero space. Between the end quotation mark and the immediate preceding word, zero space. And before and after hyphen, zero space. No space should be given before and after hyphen and the slash. Okay, no space before and after a slash. So you can consult any good dictionary, Oxford Dictionary or Merriam-Webster's or Cambridge. You will give you these instructions for styling. And also you can search web. It will give you a lot of guides on these editing skills. So please go through all those editing skills. And finally, your printing agency previous track record, you should check whether he is giving any he is giving the correct words or the errors, the track record on errors. Then the price and time taking for the delivery of the final copy is very important. So all these things should be considered before selecting the agency for printing. So this is a short introduction to the writing of the dissertation. So you can ask questions if you have. Okay.
Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful session. If anyone have any questions or doubts, kindly come forward and ask and use this space.
No questions?
Students, You can ask your doubts here because you will be in the stage of preparing the thesis now, third DC and second PG. So if you have any doubts regarding the preparation of the dissertation, you can ask him.
Otherwise, also no, you can give my email ID or phone number. They can directly contact me. No problem. I will help them. Okay, whenever it is. Okay, Chitra ma'am, any doubts from your part or any addition or anything needed?
No, actually, first they should be referring to all the sources before coming into preparing the thesis or dissertation. Only then they will get a wide idea about what they are going to do or how they can take it forward. So only if they ask questions from their side, we'll be able to know what they are lacking or what they want to understand. Students, you're sure you don't have any doubts? Okay, then we'll wind up. Rosalina, Miss, shall we wind up?
Yes, yes. Yes, Nadia, proceed.
Looks like all are clear with the topic. Now I invite Bini B. Varghese to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected Chief Judge, Sri Arun Kishore, Librarian SB College, Alapura, respected teachers and my dear friends, I deem it a great privilege to have been asked to extend a vote of thanks on this occasion. This section, conducted as a part of Science Day celebration by PG Department of Physics, St. Joseph College of Women, Alapura, is meant to disseminate the knowledge in the great technical report writing. I can say for the sure that we all will be benefited. Now, let me move on to the duty entrusted to me. Thank you, sir, for giving us an idea about report writing in a very simple and useful way. An event like this will not happen overnight. The wheels started rolling weeks ago. I have been fortunate to be baked with a team of very motivated and dedicated colleges and postgraduate students. I thank everyone for extending their willingness to undertake various responsibilities for making this event a success. I thank our HOD Rosalina Thomas and our librarian Chitra ma'am for their support and guidance. I thank all the delegates of this program for showing their interest to participate in this program. Thanks again. Thank you all for being the section. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, you can leave the session, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Students, you fill up the feedback form and leave the meeting. Okay. I think we shared the feedback link to the classroom groups, I think. Okay, then shall we wind up?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.